Okay, we are live now. So I have spotlighted myself, but just keeping you informed that you will be in the video when you're speaking. So you can always mute yourself if that's what you want to do. So we've said our opening prayers offline, and now we are starting from chapter 9. Yesterday we completed entire chapter 8, where Vishwamitra has taken them. Dasharatha has happily agreed and sent them off with Vishwamitra. And now what's going to happen is the next part, or we are going to read. That's chapter 9. Vishwamitra and the young princess. Vishwamitra walked in front, and he was followed by Rama with a bow in his hand, with a sword at his waist, and quivers fastened to his shoulders. Attired similarly, Lakshmana walked just behind Rama, and the citizens saw with their eyes wide with wonder at the beautiful spectacle. The rishi like a sacrificial fire, and the two young men like smokeless flames leaping out of it. They look like five-headed serpents, accounted as accoutred as they were for fighting. Several thought of the Ashwini twins following Brahma when they saw the two princes walking behind the sage. Their fingers were protected by guards made of skin, and their scabbards, which had been set with precious stones, gleamed in the sunlight. Lots of new words in the sentence. So some of them, what is a quiver? You know, the bow and arrow, the arrow, that's called the quiver. And they're explaining how how they are wearing it on their body and walking. So you can visualize that. And what's a scabbard? Who wants to find out and tell me? Laya, Arna. Because we don't want to glean through some words which we don't understand. We want to read it in a way that we totally can understand and visualize everything we're reading. Yes?
It is a sheet of holding a sword, knife, or other large blades, as well as rifles may be stored in a scabbard or horse riders, by horse riders.
Okay, so it's, say that again, a sheet of
It's
skin.
like a little pocket that you can like put on your pants so you can keep your knife.
Excellent. Okay. So we'll continue. Soon they reached the banks of the river Sarayu, the southern side of it. There, in a very sweet voice, Vishwamitra called out, Rama. There was a wealth of affection behind it. He said, Child, fill your palms with water. I will teach you the mantras, Bala and Atibala. Once you know them, neither hunger nor fatigue nor thirst will trouble you while walking with me, and there will be no trace of tiredness bothering you when you walk this long distance to the ashrama. You will not be at a disadvantage if the Rakshasa should accost you when you are tired. So, what are the two mantras he's teaching him? So, keep your ears pierced because lots of information comes in a little text here, Bala and Atibala. Okay. So these two mantras, what power does it give or what effect does it have? Yes, Laya.
You don't get like tired or fatigued.
Okay.
Or like hungry.
Uh-huh.
So you're focused on where you're going, and like all these other emotions don't distract you. And he's doing it so like if the Rakshasas come and attack them while they're tired, they won't have a disadvantage.
Okay. So it's very specific. They won't feel thirsty, hungry, or tired. These three things. Okay. Cool. So, Rama, I know there is no one on the face of this earth to equal you in prowess, in bravery, in all the many qualities that make up an ideal Kshatriya. Why? Even in the three worlds, I am yet to see the like of you. There is no one equal to you in handsomeness, in skill, in wisdom, in the art of conversing with people. Fortune indeed is Dasharatha to have you as a son, and I'm fortunate too that you will be with me constantly for a while. As for these mantras, Bala and Atibala, they will make you respected by everyone in all the three worlds. They are the daughters of Brahma. I know that only you are worthy of learning them. Listen to me carefully and learn the mantras. Rama touched water and meditated on the Lord with great humility. He then learnt the mantras from the Rishi. Rama looked more powerful than ever after his initiation into the mantra. The young men then paid their respects to the great man as was the custom, and they proceeded to make the preparations to spend the night on the banks of Sarayu. They spread dried grass and leaves on the ground, and after seeing to the comforts of Vishwamitra, the royal sons spent the night comfortably on the beds to which they were not accustomed. When the night waned into daylight, Vishwamitra approached Rama, who was still asleep, and paused for a while to drink with his eyes the beauty of Rama. He then said, Rama, Kaushalya's beloved child, the first Sandhya is approaching. Rouse thyself from sleep and perform the morning ablutions. The princess got up at once, bathed in the waters of the river, and offered arghya to the sun standing in the waters. Then they approached the rishi and prostrated before him. They began to walk again in pursuit of the journey. They reached the spot where Sarayu joined the divine river Ganga. They looked at the glorious sight with wonderment in their eyes. They saw there several ashramas and the rishis were bent on tapas. The princess approached Vishwamitra and asked him, whose ashrama is this holy place? Who dwells here? Please tell us. Now let's stop here for a minute to recap. I have a few questions to recap. So what is the river that flows near Kosala, Ayodhya? Arna?
I know what it sort of starts like when
Yeah, it's okay. You can, there's no wrong answer.
like
What does it start like? I read the name of the river a few times now. They went to the south part of the river and then they crossed the river and they went to the south part of the river. Then Vishwamitra initiated Rama. Okay,
started like
Laya. Sorry. Yes. No? Okay, let's hear from
Was
Laya.
was it Ganga or something else?
Ganga. No, it is Sarayu. Okay, we want to get all these, I want you to be able to clearly visualize the geography of the place also. So when you know the names and the people's names, you get more clarity on visualizing the geography and the people as well, right? So river Sarayu. Okay, I'll ask all these again. So river Sarayu is the one which merges with Ganga. So, all rivers, they flow and then at some point they merge into a bigger river. So like that, Sarayu is one of those rivers that merges into Ganga is huge, right? So it merges into Ganga. So that is one question. Number two is, again, what are the two mantras? Bala and Atibala.
yeah.
Okay. And whose daughters are they? He said they are the daughters of, yes?
Kaushalya and Sumitra.
Who? Bala and Atibala.
Oh wait,
The,
no.
the mantras of Brahma.
Brahma, yeah.
Okay. They are actually mantras, they are initiations, but it is created by Brahma. So they are called the daughters of Brahma. Okay. Now all these characters we are reading, no, you can understand it in the way when we are learning the character, we are actually seeing them as a form, a person with a form, a person, a personality, all of that. But behind that, there is a truth behind. When you say Bala and Atibala, he's saying they are the daughters of Brahma. The deeper meaning is they were created by, it was two energies created by Brahma. Okay? Is that something that makes sense to you? Yes? Okay, cool. And what did Lakshmana and Rama do for Vishwamitra to sleep? Out of what did they make the bed for Vishwamitra? Before all the comfortable beds we have these days, no? Years back, people still made beds. They were made out of grass. Okay, that's, if you learn old stories, you will see that this is a story from Indian landscape. But if you look at stories from other parts of the world also, this is a common thing you will see, making beds out of grass. Okay.
Don't they also sleep on like hay?
Hay, yes, yes. They make a bed out of hay. Hay is what? It's grass also, right? So it's a kind of grass. So they used dried grass and leaves on the ground, and they made the bed for Vishwamitra. Then they made their own bed and they slept. Okay, moving on. A gentle smile lit up the face of Vishwamitra when he saw the eagerness of the young men, and he said, I will tell you how this ashrama came into existence. Eons of time have passed since then. But then there was a time when Kama, the god of love, keep listening, Kama, the god of love, had a form and features. Once Lord Mahadeva was performing tapas here. He had lost his wife Sati. With his mind filled with anger and sorrow, he came here all alone and was absorbed in meditation. Parvati, the daughter of Himavan, was serving him. The Devas were desirous that he should wed her since Parvati was Sati born again as the daughter of Himavan. The gods had been told that the son born of them would be the commander of the army of the Devas. Indra asked Kama to go to the neighborhood of the spot where Mahadeva was, and he was asked to aim his arrow at the Lord. When Parvati was standing before Mahadeva, he had just opened his eyes, and Kama thought it was an opportune moment to shoot his arrows made of flowers. The Lord was hit, and turned to he turned to see who had the audacity to do this, and his eyes lighted on Kama. Mahadeva was furious, and he opened his third eye, the eye of Agni, and burnt Kama. Kama was from then without a form and is now famed as Ananga, the formless one. The spot where his ashes were wafted to is known as the country Anga. We're going to stop there because a lot of information. Who is Kama? The god of love. Okay, he used to have a form, and when Mahadeva, Lord Mahadeva, Shiva, when he lost his wife Sati, he had gone to this place to meditate. Okay, his mind was filled with anger and sorrow. When he was meditating, Parvati was serving him. Parvati was who? The daughter of, yes, Adya.
I don't know, but I'm thinking of like
What are you listening?
um
Himavan. Okay, you know Himalaya mountains in India? Yes, Surya. So I'll ask you a question, Surya. So Himavan, right? So what the gods wanted was for Mahadeva to fall in love with Parvati. And for that, Kama, the god of love, can make that happen. So he came to do what he was bid to do by the gods. And when he did, when he shoots his arrow made of flowers for Mahadeva to fall in love with Parvati, Mahadeva actually caught him at the act. And where is the third eye? It is here. Okay. Third eye of Shiva is here, and we all have third eyes. Okay. That's called Agnya Chakra, which you'll be learning in yoga class anyway. So he has, Shiva has his fully open third eye. He opens this third eye, and through the power of the third eye, he'll burn Kama. So Kama becomes, they are saying, Ananga. What is Ananga? Anga means in Sanskrit, body. Ananga means one who does not have a body. Make sense? Yes, Laya.
Question.
Yes.
You know how like Shiva already got hit by the arrow. So how did he already not fall in love? How did he have time to attack?
Yeah, before the what I can think of is before it took effect, he kind of like he was too quick. His mind was filled with anger. He made a rash decision and burnt Kama.
Like, did he
What do
mean
you
to
think?
do it?
Sorry?
Did he mean to burn him?
Okay, that's a very good question. When someone is emotionally filled with emotions like anger and sorrow, ask your question again.
Did he mean to burn him?
Did he mean to burn him?
Or was he just
Do you think that person makes rational decisions?
Probably. Yes.
Do they make good decisions? So the story demonstrates even God can make wrong decision if they are filled with emotions such as anger and sorrow. Right? Only when we have a calm state of mind, the decision will be right. When Kama is actually doing his duty and doing something good, because Shiva, Mahadeva was filled with this anger and sorrow, he made the decision to burn him, which is not, do you think it's a good thing? No, right? So these are all hidden meanings that we need to read between the lines as we are reading the story. Can you do that? Excellent. So Ananga, I'll quiz you later, okay? What does Ananga mean and all that? So the spot where his ashes wafted off is known as a country called Anga. Anga means body, right? As for this ashrama, you must have guessed that this is a spot where Kama was burned to ashes, and these rishis are all disciples of Mahadeva. It is rightly named Kamashrama. Let me take you to the rishis there. They will be pleased to see you both and they will bless you. In the place where the two holy rivers become one, what are the holy rivers? Sarayu and Ganga. Okay. Let us spend the night and we will cross the Ganga tomorrow. After purifying ourselves, we will enter the ashrama. The rishis who knew all that had happened in the past and who could look into the future beyond the veil of time knew who had come to their ashrama and were immensely pleased. They welcomed Vishwamitra with great affection and they were thrilled to see the young men who were so humble and so gentle in their speech and in their conduct. The guests spent a happy time in Kamashrama with the rishis, and Vishwamitra entertained them with stories about the many spots which they were to visit. Okay, so I'll ask you questions then. Oh, that's the end of chapter 9. Okay, now quiz time. So we have completed chapter 9. Tomorrow, the chapter is chapter 10, and the chapter is called Tartaka Vana. That is the name of the forest they venture into. And this chapter is ending with where Vishwamitra is actually telling them about the spots in Tartaka forest, which is where they are going to venture next. Okay, now I have few more questions. So the rishis, what was the ashrama called? Who remembers?
Bala and Alibala.
Bala and Atibala are the two mantras. Very good. What was the ashrama they just went to, where Kama was burnt and where the disciples of Mahadeva was living? Yes, Surya.
Ramashrama.
Excellent. Kamashrama. Yeah. So what are the two rivers that are merging near Kamashrama? Yes.
One is a very big one. Oh.
Who knows? Ganga and Sarayu. Okay, Ganga and Sarayu are the two rivers that are merging, and the rishis knew who was coming. How come the rishis knew who was coming? Already we, in the previous chapter also, we looked at how Vishwamitra knows something, right? Because he's a rishi. Yes, Laya, what is it?
They know about past,
Yeah.
present, and future.
Excellent. Give me a high five. Everyone give me a high five. Laya too. You were going to say the same thing, right? Excellent. So these rishis who meditate can see the past, present, and future. Do you think we can do the same thing? No? We can. When we also meditate, we can do it. We can see. Okay. So very good, very well done. You all are listening very well. So we'll end our class today with that. And tomorrow's page is page number 36, chapter 10. Let's do our closing prayer. Everyone sit straight. Close your eyes. Bring your attention to your breath and breathe in. Om. 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 Purnamada. Purnamidam. Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Bye.